At approximately 10:15 p.m. on February 28, 2025 in the Chilham area of Prince George's County, Maryland, an urgent call was dispatched to the 911 center. The trembling voice of a witness reported a severe traffic accident on East-West Highway near the intersection with 23rd Avenue.
Someone's been hit by a car. She's not moving. Please come quickly.
The caller's screamed voice filled with panic. The dispatch center immediately notified the Hyattsville City Police Department and emergency medical units. Within minutes, the first patrol cars arrived at the scene. Flashing red and blue lights from emergency vehicles illuminated a chaotic scene. A heavily damaged black Lincoln sedan sat askew on the roadside. Not far away, a woman lay motionless on the ground, blood pooling around her. Paramedics quickly approached, but after a brief examination, they shook their heads. The woman was pronounced dead at the scene. Welcome back to the True Crime Channel, where today we follow Officer Carlos Flores as he pursues justice for the unfortunate young woman who became the victim of this deadly chase. Officer Carlos Flores, a Hyattsville Police Department officer with 1 year of service there and 4 years prior, was among the first to arrive. He was visibly shaken, his eyes fixed on the victim's body. The body camera he wore and the dash cam on his patrol car captured the entire incident, a detail that would later prove crucial in the investigation. As paramedics processed the scene, officers began gathering information. A purse was found near the body, containing identification documents. The victim was identified as Esmeralda Montoya Perez, 33, a resident of Riverdale, Maryland. She was a mother of two, a hardworking woman beloved by her community, and an active member of a local softball team. According to a witness, Esmeralda was waiting for a bus to head home after a long day of work when the tragedy struck. Esmeralda's family was notified that night. The sight of her loved ones wailing at the scene deeply affected the officers present. A close friend, Anna Lopez, later told the press, "She was a friend to everyone, always loyal and ready to help. She only wanted the best for her kids." As investigators began securing the scene, a suspect was apprehended on the spot. He was identified as Warren Leonard, 23, from Washington, D.C. Leonard sustained minor injuries in the crash and was taken to a hospital for treatment. During a search, police discovered he was carrying a handgun with an extended magazine, a detail that escalated the severity of the case. Even more striking, Leonard was already wanted for second-degree rape prior to the crash. This outstanding warrant was why Officer Flores attempted to stop Leonard's vehicle that night. According to a preliminary report from the Maryland Attorney General's office at around 10:15 p.m., Flores spotted Leonard's Lincoln traveling on East-West Highway in the 3300 block. Recognizing the license plate as matching the warrant, Flores signaled for Leonard to pull over. Leonard initially complied, pulling to the side of the road. However, as Flores approached, Leonard suddenly floored the accelerator, speeding west. Flores immediately activated his lights and siren and gave chase, but the pursuit lasted less than a minute. As the vehicles neared the intersection of East-West Highway and 23rd Avenue, Flores received an order over the radio from his supervisor: cancel the pursuit. Too dangerous. Per Hyattsville Police Department policy, high-speed chases are only permitted in exceptional circumstances to avoid endangering civilians. Flores slowed down and turned off his priority lights. But just seconds later, about a mile away, Leonard's Lincoln lost control, veered onto the sidewalk, and struck Esmeralda Montoya Perez, killing her instantly. Immediately after, the perpetrator attempted to flee again but lost control, causing the vehicle to overturn on the roadside. The police team quickly apprehended the suspect. The case was promptly handed over to the Independent Investigations Division, a 2ED of the Maryland Attorney General's Office, a unit specializing in investigating police-involved incidents resulting in casualties. The IID, in collaboration with the Maryland State Police, collected evidence at the scene. Investigators meticulously photographed, measured, and recovered debris from the Lincoln. Key pieces of evidence included a handgun with an extended magazine found in Leonard's vehicle. Investigators also interviewed witnesses at the scene. A passerby, James Carter, recounted, "I heard police sirens in the distance, then suddenly a car sped by at a terrifying speed. It hit the poor girl before I could react." Another witness, Maria Gonzalez said she saw the Lincoln swerving through lanes before it veered onto the sidewalk. Warren Leonard, the primary suspect, quickly became the focus of the investigation. Already wanted for second-degree rape, Leonard had a notable criminal history, though specific details about the rape charge were not disclosed. Leonard's attorney Thomas Mooney declined to comment in detail, but maintained that the rape charge and the crash were separate, unrelated events. According to sources, second-degree rape in Maryland typically involves non-violent or non-threatening coerced sexual acts, but remains a serious offense carrying a potential sentence of up to 20 years. Due to the sensitive nature of sexual assault, cases details about the victim or circumstances of the rape were not released. The IID and prosecutors primarily focused on the crash with initial charges against Leonard, including illegal possession of a firearm related to the gun found in his vehicle. Causing death through reckless behavior based on his high-speed driving and fleeing from police. Additional charges such as vehicular manslaughter were expected to be considered after the IID completed its report. Leonard was held in the hospital under close police supervision, awaiting transfer to a detention facility once his condition stabilized. The death of Esmeralda Montoya Perez sent shockwaves through the Riverdale and Hyattsville communities. She was remembered as a warm woman who always put her family first. Esmeralda's family, with community support, launched a GoFundMe page to raise funds to repatriate her body to El Salvador, her homeland. The fundraising page stated, "Esmeralda lost her life in a tragic accident, a victim of a reckless driver. We wish for her to rest in peace in her homeland surrounded by loved ones." Rosemary Asensio, a close friend and softball teammate of Esmeralda, shared through tears. She had her whole life ahead of her. A child lost a mother. A friend was taken, all because of someone else's careless moment. Asensio called for justice, emphasizing that those responsible for tragedies like Leonard must face full accountability. The community also raised questions about police pursuit policies. Some residents argued that if Flores had not initiated the chase, Esmeralda might still be alive. Others countered that Leonard, with an active warrant and a weapon in his possession, was a clear danger and Flores was simply doing his duty. The Independent Investigations Division 2ID was tasked with evaluating whether Officer Flores' actions violated Hyattsville Police Department policies or Maryland state law. The IID's preliminary report, released on March 4, 2025, confirmed that Flores complied with the order to terminate the pursuit. However, the IID continued to review whether Flores' initial decision to initiate the chase was justified, considering Leonard's level of danger and the circumstances at the time. On the part of Leonard, prosecutors at the Maryland Attorney General's office began building their case. In addition to charges related to the firearm and the crash, they considered pursuing second-degree manslaughter or vehicular manslaughter based on Leonard's reckless driving that led to Esmeralda's death. The rape charge. Though the initial reason for the pursuit was handled separately by a different prosecution team due to its sensitive nature. On March 27, 2025, the Maryland Attorney General's office released footage from Flores' dashcam and body camera. This was a significant step to ensure transparency in the investigation. The dashcam video showed Leonard's Lincoln suddenly accelerating after stopping, weaving through lanes at high speed. While the moment of impact was not directly captured, the loud sound of the collision was clearly audible in the recording. The body camera footage from Flores captured him rushing to the scene after the crash. He shouted over the radio, "Major accident, victim severely injured." Upon approaching Esmeralda's body, Flores appeared stunned, muttering, "Oh God," before calling for urgent medical assistance. These videos were made public on the Attorney General's website and quickly spread across social media. Many expressed outrage at Leonard's actions, while others criticized the police for initiating the pursuit. However, legal experts noted that the footage could serve as critical evidence to strengthen the case against Leonard. The death of Esmeralda Montoya Perez was not only a personal tragedy but also sparked discussions about traffic safety and police pursuit policies. In Maryland, high-speed chase regulations have been tightened in recent years, following a series of police-related accidents. Esmeralda's case prompted local lawmakers to reconsider these policies, with some calling for a complete ban on pursuits unless there is a direct threat to life. Though grieving Esmeralda's family remained determined to seek justice, They hired an attorney to represent them, intending to file a civil lawsuit against Leonard and possibly the Hyattsville Police Department if the IID found any misconduct by Flores. However, their primary focus was ensuring Leonard faced the harshest possible punishment. As of May 8, 2025, the IID's investigation was ongoing. Leonard remained in custody, awaiting trial for both the crash-related charges and the prior rape warrant. Prosecutors indicated they would seek the maximum penalty, potentially including decades in prison, if Leonard was convicted of manslaughter and weapons charges. The Riverdale community held a memorial service for Esmeralda on March 28, 2025, exactly 1 month after the crash. Hundreds attended, bringing flowers and candles to honor a mother friend and respected community member. A scholarship fund in Esmeralda's name was established to support her 2 children's education, preserving her legacy. The case of Esmeralda Montoya Perez serves as a heartbreaking reminder of the consequences of split-second decisions. For Flores, it was the decision to initiate a pursuit. For Warren Leonard, it was the choice to flee. And for Esmeralda, it was a fateful moment standing at a bus stop, unaware that her life was about to end. This case is not just a story of crime and justice, but also one of lost resilience and the strength of a community united in grief.